Hey guys, and welcome to episode 2 of I've Got Your Back, a doubles support guide. Today we're going to be delving into general doubles tips that you need to know regardless if you are the support or the aggressor, but all need to be stated, and also probably what I feel is the most important part of playing support in doubles, and that's stock tanking. First off, with general tips is watching all of the screen. I feel like this is a problem that most people suffer in singles too, not just doubles. A scenario in singles is you're focusing on setting up your ledge trapping, say you need a projectile, or so you're setting up a hydrant or banana, and you're not watching, oh, my opponent uses his double jump early, he likes to go really low. You're missing a couple things there in singles. In doubles, you're not only missing that, but you're missing, is my teammate getting comboed? Are they the one comboing? Are they about to hit someone towards me to start a team combo? Is my opponent's teammate coming in to try to save them if I'm an advantage on the other side of the stage? All of this is important information to know, and you can't just not look at the entire screen, because imagine you're playing a doubles match and you're only looking at one half of Final Destination. If you're just not seeing the other half, you're missing out on so much information, and information that might save you from getting killed. It's something that's not super easy to work on, because you just have to realize, okay, I don't have to be staring at my character the entire time I'm playing. I can stare at a general area around my character, or a little bit to the side of my character so I can see what everything's going on. And by these tips, I don't mean to be saying stare at your opponent and your teammate fighting while you're on the other side from them and you're not really paying attention. But you don't need to be staring at your character, because you know how they move. You know how their range is. You don't need to be always looking exactly for the spacing, because you're generally going to know it. Of course, when it's really tight stuff, you're going to need to be looking in that general direction. But in general, you need to watch all of the screen, if not most of it. Next up is paying attention to the percent of all people on screen. It's not only important for securing kills with kill confirms that are percent specific, or if you're in the window to get killed, but to know if you can hit your teammate and opponent and it's only going to kill your opponent, or you're going to kill both of them and get a very good trade. Because say I want to run up and up smash someone who has grabbed my teammate and they're not in the middle of a throw, so I don't have to worry about throw armor. My teammate's at 190 and my opponent's at 140. That's a pretty decent trade if in almost most scenarios, so I should go for it. If my teammate's for some reason above 200 and they're like right at the threshold for killing, I should go for it, because those types of trades can make the big difference. Because securing kills, having a stock at high percent and being one less stock down are a huge difference, especially when it comes to if it's someone's last stock too, because then you get rid of team combos, you get rid of the threat of a lot of the pressure they're exerting, and you have the members of their team that are allowed to play. Very important information to always keep track of. And also to know if you're starting a combo, how you need to be hitting them, or if you need to be going for finishes when you and your teammate are doing a team combo. Important there as well. Next up, got to talk about stage choice, because it's a good amount different, and you need to figure out exactly how your team is going to work on most stages. Because let's take Final Destination and my static team, Diddy and DK. DK's not the biggest fan because he has nowhere to go to land, and he's just going to have to retreat to ledge. So if he's not in advantage or neutral, he's not in a great spot. And he's also going to be pushed into tight spaces usually because of teams. So FD's not a great pick for him, but it's an excellent choice for Diddy. One of his best stages. He just wants to neutral it out with everybody, try to get them to land, juggle them, get them off stage, ledge trap them. But depending on the team we're fighting, it might be a really good pick or it might be a really bad pick. And the same goes for Dreamland. This is not a stage I would rarely ever pick as Diddy if I have to. And I definitely would not want to take sword users there, but depending on what the enemy team is, Dreamland might be a good pick for our team, because we can get a little bit earlier kill confirms, because it's not a high ceiling like Battlefield. It's not too low if people really kill us off the top all the time, so we're not going to town. And we can excel with our team combos on the platforms while also giving DK a place to land, and also the low bottom of Dreamland helps out Diddy being able to charge barrels. So considering all the factors of a stage with your team and your opponent's team is pretty good. You don't have to sit down with your teammate and be like, let's evaluate the 7 stages and this is how we order them on how we want to pick them. Just like in singles, it changes on matchups. One stage that's really good against one team might be your worst pick against another. Like a Cloud Mac team, we would never want to take to Town and City, but a team that doesn't generally kill us off the top is somewhere we'd want to take them because of Ding Dong, and just confirms that we both kill off the top and not just the side. Next up, big tips, and this is something that I'm not going to delve in too hard in, because I feel like if people really want this, it needs to be its own separate video with a lot of research, and that's understanding throw armor and what throws have hitboxes. because there are lots of throws that if you try to come in and throw out an aerial, you're probably only going to be hitting your teammate who's being thrown and not interrupted. Or there are times where, say I've grabbed a Mario and I'm throwing him and my teammate will donkey punch DK's neutral B and do it straight on top of me and the person I'm grabbed, and it will only hit the person because I was in the middle of the throw animation, and where it was at, I didn't take damage. And it all depends on where the throw animation's at, what throw it is, and the hitboxes of the throws. Because for Diddy, I don't believe any of his throws, besides up throw, maybe have a hitbox around him. You have ones like Sonic where his most common throws, down throw and back throw, have no hitboxes whatsoever, so you're free to walk up without shielding and just do an attack. Understanding that even if you don't interrupt a throw, if you're hitting them in their throw armor, hit lag still occurs. So I'll give an example of we played a Pikachu Cloud team, and Pikachu would constantly be throwing to Cloud with limit finishes. And when DK was grabbed, I really didn't have time to run up shield and then do an option because the throw would be over, but I could run up dash attack, and even if I didn't disrupt the attack, because of the hit lag, it made it so that DK came out of the throw later, so the Cloud messed up his timing. And then there are throws like the Luigi brothers who, when they spin around with their back throw, you run up shield one hit and it won't hit you again, and then you can just drop shield and do a quick jab or down tilt or whatever is going to be able to stop them from getting hit, or you're just Sheik and you just needle people out of throws. Understanding how all of those work and understanding do I need to shield when I'm running up to these hitboxes is very important, and I don't believe there's a big compilation, as far as I know, of all the throws, their hitboxes, how you can interrupt them and such. But it's just general knowledge about important characters that you need to know. Like knowing that Sonic doesn't have the hitboxes on his throw, knowing that you shouldn't interrupt Bowser's up throw because when you interrupt him over here with it, either your teammate can come out like this or the hitbox itself will send you at this like killer angle that just does that, and you can die at 0. If you're right next to the ledge and it sends you off stage, it'll probably send you far enough into the blast zone that it doesn't matter if you could have recovered from there. You're just too far. And knowing that some throws, it's better to just wait and punish them after, especially if it's a long throw like that where I can charge up and F smash while Bowser does that, and the second the throw is done, hit him. And in that scenario too, it's one that up throw only does 6%, so it's important to just interrupt after the throw, not during, because of the risk. Last thing about general double tips is moves that have fast startups and are multi-hits or keep people trapped are very good. My example of this is Pikachu. I used to play a Pikachu King DDD team, and every time I could get someone in Pikachu's forward or back throw or forward or back air, because they're stuck in it so long, even though DDD's slow, it gave him time to get wherever he needed to, and if we were on the ground, he could charge smash attacks too. So moves like that generally are really good. Or another scenario, Diddy DK, I have the two opponents in a multi-jab at the start of a match. DK down airs them back down after they come out of it. I multi-jab again, and then after they come out, he either down aired or back aired them. So within the span of 3, 4, 5 seconds, we had done in total 100% to the enemy team. So recognizing those situations when you have time to get over to your teammate and extend a punish is huge. You can get so much more damage than you think you can with moves like that. Our next big topic, like I said at the start of the video, is stock tanking. Super, super important about playing support in doubles. If the difference in a game is your teammate having 1 or 2 extra stocks, it's totally worth it to play a little bit more safe than usual and not try to overextend, because I feel like a lot of people just in singles too have the points where they're super antsy and it's like last stock, last hit, and they're like, I'm just going to run up and do this up smash or go for the grab, that'd be the kill confirm or an aerial or something. And it ends up not being worth it, especially in doubles where the difference between you having a stock at 140 and being on your next stock is huge in the last stock situation, because it makes the difference between a 2v2 and a 2v1, especially because even if you're in a 2v2 and one of you is at really high percent on your last stock, you can still get so much more off of it. But I don't think I need to overstate that. The way to do this is avoiding kill moves or grabs against a team that are going to finish you off of grabs or just have a kill throw on a grab. And that really simplifies the idea, and I know that it's a lot harder than that. But realizing, oh, I shouldn't use super unsafe moves on shield against a team that has Cloud, because so let's say it's a Cloud Sheik team. Yeah, if you did something unsafe against Sheik, she might F smash you or grab you, and she might have a throw combo at that percent. But at 60, if you do that and you get grabbed and her teammate's Cloud with limit, you're dead. So that's a situation where you need to completely avoid the scenarios where you're overcommitting so hard that Sheik has an easy time grabbing you, or just where raw moves will be able to kill you if you make a mistake. And that means there are sometimes where you're not going to go in, you're going to be playing a little bit slower, but that's what the point of your teammate being the aggressor is. They're going to force these openings, which are going to allow you not only to have to worry less about those situations, but now you can move in and your team can actually move forward dealing the percent. Because also, if your teammate overextends, it'll be your job to stop him from getting killed by the stuff. And I'm not saying if you're the support and your teammate gets finished off by a throw into cloud limit 3 times that it's your fault that they died. That's not true. But it's up to you if they're the ones who are going to try to push into a spot where a team's playing very non-approachy and safe to be able to save him if something goes wrong. But if we're playing support, you should not be the one who's doing the aggressing in that scenario outside of very specific things where he's the one at 160 and you're at 0 and it's last stock. Then you're the one who wants to approach, obviously. Understanding DI and positioning yourself constantly on top of having a teammate that helps you, that can help save you, can make stocks last 3 times longer than they usually do. If you're putting yourself in a position where even if you get grabbed, the kill throw won't kill you, or it's not in a position where they're really going to be able to throw their teammate because, say, you and your teammate have center stage and like you're both here and the opponents are out here. If you get grabbed over here, it's not super easy for you to get grabbed and thrown while it has to pass through your teammate and the other person has to KO you. Positioning yourself there and being close to your teammate most of the time can stop them or can have them save you in scenarios too, because I'm not saying every time I live to 180 or 190, it's purely because I avoided it all. My teammate probably in 1 or 2 scenarios up to that percent has saved me in some way by either body blocking someone, hitting me another direction, footstooling, whatever it is. They're going to still be there to help you. And even if your character's not a heavy, you can stock tank super, super hard. Diddy, I believe, is like midweight or a little under, and I'm constantly living between 150 and 180, if not higher if we're on battlefield. I'm just doing my best to avoid all the situations where I'm going to be getting killed and opening scenarios where, yes, I might get punished, but because I got grabbed, they're going to die. There are times where it's, oh, I don't mind if I run in and shield and get grabbed, because if they throw me, my teammate's there to kill them. Like if my teammate's Little Mac, I'm kind of happy if I get grabbed when he's behind me, because you're going to throw me and then you're going to get up smash for at least 20%, which is, I believe, uncharged sweet spot up smash. So realizing there are times where it's fine to be put in a disadvantageous situation for the greater goal, but knowing that you shouldn't do that. If you're the one at 80, you're going to get thrown into a cloud finishing touch, and then your teammate punishes and kills that stock at 130. It's important to keep yourself in a position where if you're ahead, hold it. Don't try to like even it back out later. It's like if you're ahead, there's no reason to. Like I said, DI is going to be huge. There's a lot of tools on the internet, especially Ruben's calculator, where you can see if I get hit by this move at where on a stage, it'll show you exactly how you need to DI. DI is super important, and being able to ready to change it immediately if you're getting juggled to try to have combo DI, not finisher DI. So if you need to be, if you're getting back aired by DK like 4 times in the blast, and you need to realize on that first one, you need to start DIing out so that the next ones won't connect, or DI a throw at the suboptimal if it was just by themselves. Like if Sheik does a throw and her teammate's pretty far away, generally I want to, for Sheik, forward throw DI away from her. But in this situation, I might want to DI in because she's not ready for it. And if I DI there, I might put myself in a position where even if she jump up airs, I'm not going to die. But I save myself from getting hit to the teammate who is a lot farther away. Avoiding those scenarios with specific DI also play a huge part. All the stuff I've mentioned, once you have it all together, your stocks will last so much longer, and your team can be so much more potent, because it means if your teammate just needs one more extra stock, like if they can get a really advantageous trade where they're killing someone's stock way sooner and losing theirs with it, and they can come back with another one, it can be the difference. I've had 3 games where I have only been able to play 1 stock of mine because my teammate has taken both of them, and we've won all of them. It doesn't matter if I'm playing 1, 2, or 3. If we win, I don't care. Yeah, it sucks that if I die at any point that match, I probably am not playing another stock, but we won is the point. I think that's going to be it for the general double tips and stock tanking. Next, we're going to go on to how you want to stay near your opponent with your stance and spacing, and then also comboing in doubles. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, yada yada, share it, and I'll see you in the next one.